Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport. And some weird news today, almost on the back of all the reports, which Shark CEO Edward Consia confirmed that the Rainbow Cup was pretty much set to be canned, although not necessarily the entire Rainbow Cup, but the whole idea of South African sides going overseas and playing against the European sides. Today, they actually confirmed the times and the final sort of days and fixtures for the opening three rounds, which are all the sort of domestic rounds. Interestingly enough, there was also a lot of a report released, a whole press release released by SA Rugby, where they are saying that they are doing everything they can to ensure that the SA sides can still go overseas and play against the European sides. They also confirmed that they are busy lobbying with government to try and ensure that there are fans in stadiums come the British and Irish Lions tour, and that included crowdfunding to try and source additional vaccines to try and get more people vaccinated ahead of the tournament. So it looks like SA Rugby really are doing everything, because we're talking about billions of rand. I think something like 6.6 billion rand could be lost if there are no fans in stadiums for the British and Irish Lions series. So it's a massive amount of money on the line. Just the same as there's a lot of money on the line for the Rainbow Cup. I've seen figures from a billion rand could be lost on the Rainbow Cup and TV revenue and stuff like that. Remembering that now, when you are dealing with Europe, you're dealing with foreign currency, which is probably the biggest reason why these numbers are so big, because we're talking about foreign currency being pumped into South Africa. So it's all very interesting in terms of what's going to actually happen. But what we do know is come next weekend, as it stands, there is going to be Pro 14 Rainbow Cup action across 3 days, which is going to be really, really exciting. That's the main thing. So it will kick off on Friday, the 23rd of April. Mark your calendars, get it out right now, because that will be the first game. It is Stormers versus the Sharks at the Cape Town Stadium, 7 o'clock South African time. That will be the kickoff of the tournament. That night there are two more matches, as Edinburgh host Zebra at Murrayfield, for Ulster take on Connacht in Kingspan Stadium in Belfast. Those are three matches on the Friday night. On the Saturday, Benetton will take on Glasgow Warriors in Stadio de Montego in Treviso, and Bulls take on the Lions at Loftus. And we're then going to have Ospreys versus Cardiff Blues at 6:15 South African time at the Liberty Stadium in Swansea. And then Leinster will host Munster in a repeat of the Pro 14 final at the RDS Arena in Dublin. On Sunday, there will be one game as the Dragons take on the Scarlets at the Rodney Parade Stadium in Newport. So, yeah, Pro 14 Rainbow Cup action is a go for the first sort of 3 weeks, really. After that, there are going to be games on the 30th of April, 1st of May, 7th of May, 8th of May, 9th of May. All these sort of games have been scheduled up to the 16th of May as the final game that's currently scheduled at the moment and confirmed. After that, it's all going to come down to, can the South African sides get their visa sorted? Can they actually go overseas and play in the second stage of this tournament? And it looks like the SA Rugby are trying to do everything they can. There is a bit of a silver lining, because the issues are that the South African sides wanted to be based in Bristol. That is sort of where they wanted the sides to operate out of. And there's some conflicting reports, some saying that they wanted to have two sides in Bristol, two sides are going to be in Ireland. But now, with the UK government potentially not underwrite or back the visas for the South African sides, they are now looking at seeing if they can base themselves in Ireland, and whether the Ireland authorities will allow them to come. There is currently a travel ban to the UK from South Africa, which I think the validity of is a bit questionable given the cases and stuff at the moment. But there is a lot of Afro-pessimism at the moment, and saying that there's a variant and we can't trust the South African statistics, etc., etc., etc. Fact of the matter is, right now South Africa keeps sort of waiting on this third wave that doesn't currently seem to be coming. So for me, I think given that we've had so many different sporting events which are been really successful, and we managed to have them safely within South Africa, I don't understand why it wouldn't be possible for 3 weeks for the South African sides to be able to go into a bio-bubble, to have stringent testing, to have lots of precautions where they can operate successfully and safely. I think it's very, very possible. I just think that it needs a little bit of work and a little bit of people actually sort of taking a chance here. And I understand it's people's lives at stake, but there are so many sporting events happening around the world successfully, where players are being tested regularly, where bio-bubbles are being successfully created. We've had a year of learning how to play sport in this environment. Surely we can get it right to have 4 South African sides go into a bio-bubble for 3 weeks, play the rugby, maybe 4 weeks if they make the final, get this tournament done, come back to South Africa, prepare for the Rainbow Pro 14, which will happen in sort of September. It'll also be a nice sort of way to, if this is still the situation, be able to gauge how can the Pro 14 run. Is it going to be a case of South African sides maybe going over for 4 or 5 weeks at a time, playing away fixtures and coming back. Will players be coming down to South Africa? Will South Africa have to maybe be based in a Dubai or something like that for the length of the tournament? So lots of different sort of intricacies about the future of this tournament, and that's why I think it's so important that the Rainbow Cup goes ahead, so that we can prepare for what might be a situation at the end of the year, because we don't know. We kind of keep assuming that with vaccines and stuff like that, we're going to be back to normal fairly soon. We don't know if that's going to be the case. There's so many things that are still very unknown. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens, but the main thing is that these fixtures have been confirmed. It will take place. We'll obviously have previews, reviews, teams of the week, all of that next weekend. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you smash a like on the video. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you very, very soon.